This show is proudly sponsored by Nedbank Business Banking. Wouldn't you rather have a bank that puts the expert back into expertise? Search Nedbank Bigger Picture Business Banking.
The impact of the global health pandemic on mental health has been widely discussed. But now we are starting to see the stats to back it up. According to a recent report by the South African Society of Psychiatrists, mental health is the biggest threat in 2021. Another report by Alexander Forbes shows that 60% of companies surveyed experienced an increase in disability claims for mental and behavioral medical conditions. Paresha Kala, thanks indeed for joining us. So firstly, would you say that it's a given that COVID-19 certainly saw an uptick in the vulnerability to depression and anxiety in the workplace?
We have definitely seen an increase in mental and behavioral medical conditions, largely because there's an increase in workload, people working from home, and we noticed that there's increased pressure, performance has increased, caring for an ailing parent or a spouse, juggling between work and homeschooling.
It's interesting that your research shows that 60% of companies falling under your scheme have actually increased their claims or disability claims.
With early intervention and targeted treatment, we may be able to ensure a positive return to work for some employees. With other cases, we may find a prolonged recovery with weeks and months of treatment. This also affects the bottom line, as there is an increase in absenteeism rate. Your sick leave has increased, staff having to take on more work, including additional resources not budgeted for.
Let's talk about what employees should do to ensure that they change to the new situation and that the employees actually understand the risks. What's the role of the employer here?
Employers need to look into protecting our staff's physical as well as mental well-being as best as we can. We need a healthy and a productive workforce who is able to perform their job at their best. Many employers are fortunate to have an employee assistance program, which may mitigate or reduce these health risks. Other employers may not have these options, and the employee would have to look into getting treatment from a healthcare provider, either in the private or public sector. How would you assess this here? One-on-one discussions with your line manager is encouraged. Also, creating a buddy system within your team so that your team can check in with each other at least 5 to 10 minutes per day. Other signs that the employer can look out for is staff working too late or working long hours or odd hours, sometimes early in the morning or late in the evenings, deadlines not being met, and overall frustration and unwillingness to participate in teamwork, social withdrawal, outbursts, mood swings, mental fatigue, with poor focus and concentration as well.
Yeah, I think a question has come up here, Paresha, about whether or not, that role of the health manager within the company's department is extended to seeing how well the employee is coping at home. Does it mean, for example, and this might be a long shot, home visits too?
Yes, definitely. So what we've picked up, there is an increase in musculoskeletal medical conditions. So these are basically conditions that's related to your muscles and the joints. And since we are more than 1 year into the pandemic, many organizations are encouraging staff to continue working from home. Our experience has shown an increase in backache, your shoulder and neck pain, headaches, and overall muscle tension due to poor ergonomics. So there are many guidelines and resources out there available to get the correct seating position by using just simple household items around the home. Others may invest in a good chair and desk, and many organizations offer staff the office chairs whilst working from home in an attempt to reduce these musculoskeletal medical conditions.
Paresha, thanks indeed for your time. Probably now more than ever before, it's important for employees to look after the mental and physical well-being of their employees. Fail to do so, and the impact will be felt in productivity, possibly profitability, and company culture.
This show was proudly sponsored by Nedbank Business Banking. Wouldn't you rather have a bank that puts the partner back into partnership? Search Nedbank Bigger Picture Business Banking.